Alrighty, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on Wlbt Plus First Alert Weather Edition. We have a lot to talk about and a lot to go through. So if you have any questions, hop over onto Facebook and I will happily answer them at any possible time. Again, we have First Alert Weather Days for Friday and Saturday. So let's dive into it. My stuff is still loading, but right now it's actually looking beautiful here in central Mississippi. So make sure you have multiple ways to stay updated into the next couple of days. And again, we're going to be talking about how it's a great start for us here in central Mississippi, looking nice and quiet, temperatures in the 40s and 50s. But we're really going to zoom through the current conditions because we have much bigger things to talk about. So it looks fantastic out there. Feels great. I'm just showing you all this to show you that it's nice and quiet right now, but do not let it fool you. It's the calm before the storm, people. We don't expect storms today, but really overnight tonight, we could see a couple isolated showers and thunderstorms. So let's talk about what we'll be expecting into Friday and Saturdays, as severe storms are going to be likely for those 2 days. So into the rest of the afternoon, beautiful sunny conditions. You really don't have to worry about much into the day today. It's really overnight tonight. You'll start to see areas back into the lower delta, seeing a couple isolated showers and thunderstorms. Some of that Boeing sediment could be bringing you some fairly strong and gusty winds into the overnight hours. Most of us will see pretty quiet conditions until we get into the morning time frame. Again, it's not really looking like anything impressive. If we see anything at all tonight, it'll be some gusty winds, maybe some large hail. But again, we do have that level 1 out of 5 marginal risk for those damaging winds and small hail, mainly staying for the west of I-55. But in my opinion, this is where everything starts to pick up and really heat up. So make sure you're paying attention. Make sure you have ways to stay updated into Friday and Saturday. So Friday, we're under a level 2 out of 5 risk for us here into the metro, slight risk, and that goes for everywhere along I-20 to the south. Now, if you live to the north of I-20, you're more than likely going to be in the enhanced level 3 out of 5 risk zone. But to be honest with you, I think Saturday, in my opinion, is the day that we need to watch just a little bit more. Be weather aware for Friday. Don't just swipe under the rug or anything like that. But Saturday, it's looking increasingly likely that we'll see very strong to severe storms ahead of that frontal boundary. So discrete cell is popping up. So I want you to be mindful of that. This is a long range model. So one issue that I have with long range models, especially when it comes to talking about severe weather, it doesn't really show you exactly what we're going to be expecting. So look at this. You see how there's that little bit of green that's popping up there into Friday afternoon into the evening. So that little bit of green might not look like much, but to be honest with you, it doesn't allow convection. So convection-based models is what we look at to really determine severe weather. So that allows a lot more turning in the atmosphere. It allows a lot more data to come in, but you only get those about 48 to 72 hours out. So I want you to be aware that by Thursday and Friday, we'll have a very clear idea, and I'll have a much better picture into what we can expect into Friday afternoon. But don't let this fool you. The atmosphere is going to be juiced, meaning that it is going to be very much able to allow severe weather to fire up. So those cells, those little green dots, could easily become supercells into the night on Friday. So make sure you are staying updated. This is no joke by any means. We're going to be talking about severe weather lingering from Friday afternoon all the way into Saturday afternoon. So this shows you a better grasp at what we can expect. That main line of storms pushing into Saturday. However, I think that it's more than likely that we'll see cells pop up ahead of that line, and they'll have more of that Boeing, not necessarily that Boeing, but that's the shape where they're probably going to be moving from the southwest to the northeast. That's more than likely how we'll see the storm system kind of move as it moves to the east. I know I'm like trying to make it out with my hands here, and it looks kind of funky, but to be honest with you, just please make sure you have ways to stay updated. I do think Saturday is a bit of a concern, especially with the amount of instability in the air. So again, everything's lining up perfectly for this system. So I want you to be aware of that. So let's look at some of the storm energy that is available. So this is into the early morning hours. Again, not much. We're not really looking at a lot of heavy values. This is more into the afternoon hours on Friday. So again, I wanted to point out it starts Friday afternoon for the first round, second round on Saturday. So again, we have multiple chances. So make sure you're weather aware Friday and Saturday, both days, both. I will specify that as much as I need to into the next couple of days. So Friday afternoon, we are talking about how that there is an ample amount of energy into the atmosphere. So that's really going to be a determining factor. But like I said, I think Saturday is the biggest concern. And a lot of the models are agreeing with that. So I genuinely think that you need to have ways to stay updated for Friday and Saturday, with Saturday being the bigger threat. However, it moves out fairly quickly, and by Sunday, we really don't have to worry about much. I did not put a pause point on this, but I'll just go through it for you. So this is a look at the tornado energy into the day on Saturday. This is showing it overnight. Now, they're different models, so they're going to show different things. However, if you look off to the south into Saturday early morning, I do think that's a possibility. And they move to the east northeast. So again, that's really what we're going to be tracking into that day on Saturday. So just roughly, I'll go over this for you. So just a rough overview of what you should be expecting. And should you be concerned? I know that's probably the big question is, well, I mean, it's still a couple of days away. Should I actually be concerned, or is the weatherman just talking it up right now? And I can promise you, I'm not talking it up. I'm giving you all the data. And if you have any questions in regards to that data or where we get it from, I can show you that information easily. But here's what you need to know. The severe weather threat for Tuesday night, it's fairly low. It's not zero, though. So please make sure you have ways to stay updated, especially and only if you live north of I-20 and mainly into the lower Delta region. I want you to be aware of that. If you live south of I-20, if you live in Natchez, Tylertown, Macomb, further off to the south of Jackson, again, you really don't have to worry about much. You might not see any rainfall at all into Tuesday. So, or really, that should say Wednesday night. I don't know why it says Tuesday night. I'm so sorry. Don't know why it says Tuesday, but either way, this stays the same. Severe weather threat for Saturday. I do think it is a medium right now. Now, granted, I think it could easily change. Once we get those convection allowing models to really fire up here in the next 48 hours, I'd say we'll see a much better picture. So I've been looking at a lot of the data this morning, and I've definitely come to the conclusion that we're more than likely going to be seeing strong to even severe storms in our area. So I want you to be aware of that. Here, we'll look at one last thing, and then I'll let y'all go for the morning. Now, again, we'll have another update this morning. But to be honest, I just want you to be safe. I want you to know your safe space. I'll pull that graphic up. If you have any questions, you can ask them on Facebook. But I'll show you this last graphic. This is the significant tornado potential. And to be honest with you, I don't think the number is ever right. I really just look at the data on it on the side. So you can see how it has it as a moderated significant tornado risk for us here in the metro. This is for Saturday early morning. So this is the early morning hours. And then it ramps up again. You can see it, how it kind of just ramps up into some portions further off to the south, and then it dies off into Sunday. So that's all well and good. I want you to be aware of that. Let me pull up this graphic for you real quick. It should not take me but just a couple seconds. So just give me 5 seconds to show you the tornado safe spaces. Okay, let me look that up for you real quick. So we'll talk about safe places that you can go, tornado safety, mobile home safety real quick, and then I'll let y'all go. But again, I just really want y'all to be safe. So this is something that I take very serious. I've seen tornadoes roll through communities, and I'm sure you have too. We're no strangers to that here in Mississippi. So I definitely think that we should take this serious, especially with the threats, with everything that we're looking at right now. It's really no joke at this moment. So where should you go in a tornado for if a warning were to be issued? The safest place, of course, is a basement. But to be honest with you, we don't really have basements here in the Southeast. But storm shelters are usually a must. And if you don't have a storm shelter, you want to try to find the most interior room or hallway. You want to try to stay away from windows and honestly away from glass if you can. I know the bathroom is usually the safest place to go, and that's usually one of the most interior rooms in the house. But to be honest with you, there's a lot of glass in there. So if you do, make sure you bring some heavy clothes, heavy jackets, or you bring some type of blanket, some type of whether it be just a small mattress or something like that. You just need something to make sure that you're not getting any debris on top of you if there were to be something happening. But tornado shelter guidelines. This is, in my opinion, what you need to know. You need to find another option. If you are in a mobile home, a vehicle, underneath an overpass, large open room, or even manufactured housing, you need to find another option into all of those things. So you want to make sure that you find a safe space. These are the best options, or in my opinion, the better options. So basements, well-constructed homes in the interior rooms, above or below ground tornado storm shelters, or specifically designed safe rooms. So we don't really have that many safe rooms here in central Mississippi, but you can always look it up. I please highly recommend it. If you live in a mobile home, if you're going to be or you know that you're going to be traveling into the day on Friday or Saturday, please look up this information, because we're going to be really focusing on the fact that some of these storms could be fairly strong. So please make sure you know what you're doing. Please make sure you have ways to stay updated. I will be keeping you updated personally. I want you to be safe. I want you to be weather aware. And as I always say, be prepared, not scared. And that is how we're going to go about this situation. So we're going to be bringing you updates every single day about these 2 first alert weather days. And we'll be continuously keeping you updated on everything that you need to know. But that's all I got for you right now. Again, if you have any questions about anything, do not be hesitant to ask me. I will happily answer anything at any time. Please make sure you have a great rest of your day today. Enjoy the beautiful day that we have. But if there's no other questions that I'm seeing right now, we should be good to go. Please stay safe. And again, I'll bring you more updates and a better look by the time we get to Thursday and Friday. Have a great rest of your day today.